Hello, my name is Josh56 and welcome back to another airsoft guns video. This time we have World War II guns video here. We have World War II MG42, World War II MP40, World War II STG44, World War II Walter P38, and World War II Kar98K, Mauser Kar98K. And we have our helmets, Wehrmacht and SS helmet, and the one I'm wearing in my head right now is the German Wehrmacht helmet. That's right, it's a German Wehrmacht helmet. I made it myself. Once again, I'm a genius making helmets like that in cardboard. Some people see it as one of those characters. They see my helmets and they actually think those are the guy that we call himself the 8 guy. In Spanish, ours is the WW2 guy. So these are not hats from the series of WW2 or any other shit like that. No, these are German cardboard helmet. I made it myself. I'm not good enough making helmet like this, but anyway, that doesn't matter. The case here, we're going to talk about World War II. So that's why we have World War II weapons in the table. But at the end of the video, I'm going to choose one of the World War II guns that I'm going to be shooting. I already have three weapons with battery: the MG, the STG, and the MP. And there's only 2 weapons with different designs: the Walther and the Kar98K. The Kar98K is only a spring rifle, and the Walther P38 is only with green gas tank. But I'm not gonna. But at the end of the video, I will choose the last and very best assault rifle or submachine gun or machine gun or probably marksman or secondary gun. It doesn't matter which one I will choose. At the end of the video, I will choose the last airsoft gun and I will probably use it. So I can shoot it outside, you guys will see it. It's actually nighttime, so apparently you won't see the accuracy, but you probably will see me shooting. Anyway, we'll see what's gonna happen. Anyway, let's get started. So we are in World War II. So World War II started in 1939 when the Germans started to invade Poland. That's actually interesting because the Germans started to create their military in 1935, and in 1938 they got their first submachine gun, the MP38. Now this accuracy of the MP40, this is an MP40 because it was out in 1940, but this is the new design that I already put. The new design of the MP40 is all wood stock, but the original MP40 has everything black. But this one has wood stock because I like to have new stuff, right? So the Germans created weapons in 1938, like the submachine gun MP38, and don't forget our famous Walther P38. It was in 1938. This gun was used by German police, and obviously the German they used this gun in 1939. So yeah. But to be honest, the guns here, they've all been used through 1940, 1941, 1942, 1943, 1944 until 1945. At the end of the war, all these guns, they were taken by the GI from the Americans and Russians, and some guns are being destroyed, but we know the history, and some GI they still have these guns in museums. You probably will see them, and etc. And we have replicas as well as airsoft guns. This is interesting. All right. So the MP38, the German created the MP38 in 1938, along with the Walter P38 gun. And then in 1939, they continued using the submachine gun MP38 and the Walter P38 pistol, along with the Mauser Carnary AK. The Mauser Carnary AK, remember that the Mauser Carnary AK has history in the First War and Second War. So the Germans only used two guns when they started the Second War in 1939. When they started invading Poland, the Germans only used three guns in the Second War. They started using the MP38, the Walter P38, and Mauser Carnary AK, and the famous one, the MG38. Don't forget about that one. The MG38. This is an MG42, but there was an MG38 in 1938. So the Germans only used machine gun like the MG38, the MP38, Walter P38, and Mauser Carnary AK. And then in 1940, once the German of Nazi Germany, they conquered Poland, and they have help from the Russians. Then the German they create a new gun. Now we're going to the MP40. Remember, there is a video that you can probably see. There is a MP. It's called MP38/40. There's a new gun, a new submachine gun that the German they have. They put MP38/40. Then from there they create the submachine gun called in 1940 the MP40. The Walter P38 was still in service during 1938 to 1939 to 1940, and the Carnary AK, the Mauser, was still in service during First War and Second War. All right. In 1938 through 1940, the flag of the German Empire was still in service, including over here in this area right here, they have the Nazi the pelican with the Nazi symbol. This flag was still in service during 1938 to 1939 to 1940, when the Germans started to invade France. Then in 1941, when in the summer of 1941, the Germans decided to invade the Soviet Union. By German high command, the famous flag, the famous German Empire flag was removed from all Wehrmacht helmets, and the only symbol they left was this one right here. Remember, this German helmet has two symbols. It has the SS symbol, and here is the SS. The Waffen SS, they never removed the symbols from their helmets. They continue using it during 1938 to 1939, 1940, 1941, 1942, 1943, 1944 until 1945. All right. Once the Germans started invaded the Soviet in 1941, they realized their goal was to attack Moscow before winter. But since December came, they had trouble with the coal. They have trouble with ammunition. Supplies were getting through. They were having a lot of trouble until this is the era that Hitler did when they started the invasion of the Soviet Union in the summer of 1941. A large encirclement when the Germans started to attack the Russian in Poland, they left some Russian in a circle behind their lines, and they continued, and they had to stop the advance and retreat back to attack the wherever the pocket left of the Soviet Union, and then resume the invasion to Moscow. That was the error the German did in Second World War that doomed Nazi Germany. If they didn't leave those encirclement behind, if they captured all the Russians behind their back, instead of retreating to attack the last Russian pocket, if they actually succeeded, they can probably continue the invasion and not hold position. That was their error of their mission. Now, in 1942, after they got their first defeat to arrive at Moscow, even though Joseph Stalin decided to get more Soviet soldiers from the east area. The German apparently they tried to attack again. They failed, and now they had to. Now there was another plan to cut off the Soviet arms supplies. They needed to attack the city of Stalingrad. In 1942, the MG42 came in service in 1942, and this MG42, the German, instead of having a large, instead they have all the bullets in boxes like that, they decided to have like a giant bullet box. So they can put. So this time the MG42 has a magazine, and the magazine has all the ammunition, all the bullets there, and they probably shoot in full auto into the Russians. Now apparently, this MG42 was still through 1942, through 1943, 1944, and 1945. Remember, the MG42 was entered service. The MG42 entered service in 1942, and his service ended in 1945. So anyway, now between the struggling of the Germans of Nazi Germany, the Nazis were struggling to destroy the Soviet army in the east area. Now in 1943, the second war front entered when the Allies started to conquer the rest of Africa, and then as they captured the North Africa area, the German retreated back to the island of Sicily and Italy. Then there was a two-front open, and the German was still using MG42, MP40, Mauser Carnage AK, and Walter P38 in 1943. Now, let's go a little bit way back to the STG. Some people are calling there was an MP43. They were creating STG in 1943 until in 1944 the STG came in service. Now this STG-44 was the first assault rifle that the Germans created. Remember, we have to go back in history. I said it before in some of my videos where I was talking about the Second War and Cold War. There's some video you guys might see it. If you guys go back to the Fedorov, the first assault rifle that the Russians created in the First War. If you go back to that assault rifle, you might understand why we have an STG-44 or an STG-45 or whatever the case is. Anyway, now during the time of 1943, the Germans were still losing. By the end of 1943, the Germans already been defeated in Italy, And then in 1944, the war pursued, and then Americans and British and Canadian soldiers, they started to invade France in the beaches of Normandy. Now, the MG42 was still in France, and apparently Germans have MP40, Walter P38, Mauser Corner AK, and the STG-44. That wasn't in the invasion of the beaches of Normandy, but I know there was in some part of town and city of France, the Germans were using STG-44, aka the MP44. Now, the STG-44 entered service in 1944. This is the first assault rifle, and then in 1944, the German were going to use this in the western front and eastern front to confront the Russians. The Russians they face a lot of German with STG-44, very cool guns, and the German only did it just because they needed a copy of the AK-47. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about the AK. Let's go way back to history. Now, while the Germans were using all these 5 guns I have in this table during 1944, now by the end of 1944, it was entering 1945. The Germans were still the Nazis were struggling in the west and eastern and south front area. Remember, the Allies already captured the entire Italy area. Now the Allies already captured the entire France, and they were battling in the Battle of the Bulge in the winter of 1944 to the beginning of 1945, and the Soviets already were engaging through Poland, and they were pushing forward so they can attack Germany. The Germans use all their guns, and they use all they have. They use the MG38, the MG42, the MP38, the MP40, the Mauser Counter AK, the STG-44, and they were prepared to create a new gun for the STG, and they used Walter P38 and Mauser Counter AK. But remember, the Germans in 1945, they were creating a new gun for their last battle. It was called the STG-45. Now, the STG-45 was going to be like a short, long magazine. Instead of being a long magazine, it was going to be a short magazine. But again, they were fair. They didn't have any time to create. By the end of 1945, the Germans surrendered, and a lot of their guns they were took away by Soviet GI and American GI. They collected a lot of Germans' weapons in World War II. Some of them they were destroyed, and some of them they were taken away, and they put in museums so they can have it so everybody they can remember from history. Oh shit! What the? I guess I have a little bit of the hair in my shirt. Sorry about that, but anyways, now that I speak a little bit about the World War II history, now I can explain you guys why in blue hell I have airsoft guns replica of the German World War II guns. The question is simple. The answer is simple. I was playing Call of Duty War at War, and you know that I like to play Call of Duty. You know, those old Call of Duty, the first Call of Duty, the second Call of Duty, Call of Duty 3. I just like World War II guns. So apparently, I kind of like have an interest. Like, dang, I wish I can have like German guns like that. I mean, I always play as the bad guy. Sometimes I like to play as the good guy, but remember, in this history, the good guy wins. But remember in games, I always like to play as the bad guy because the bad guy has good guns and they say they always win. So yeah, the reason that I have all these guns is because I was playing Call of Duty War at War, and I was playing in Axis mod. I was interested because I kind of love the MP40, so I bought an MP40 for myself. I said, let's have an MP40. And then when I was using the STG 44, I said to myself like, hey, like, what the hell? Instead of having an MP40, let's have an STG 44. And I got a little bit passed out, and then I said to myself like, all right, let's create some helmets so that way they have let's have helmets too, so I can have more creative stuff. And then, even though I didn't want to have a Mauser Carnary AK, I was like, oh, you know what the hell, let's buy a Mauser Carnary AK, and I did. And then I said to myself, like, this Walter Peter A looks so interesting. Like, oh, what the hell, let's buy a Walter Peter A. I was gonna buy a Walter Peter A with black and this brown, but on e-bike they don't have it. They are sold out. So the only Walter Peter was available was this one, the silver one. Sucks having a silver one, but it doesn't matter. At least it's cool. And then finally, I decided to myself like, this MG42 looks interesting. I like it. I want to have a big gun. I want to have a machine gun. I want to shoot some. I want to have a big gun and a machine gun. I want to shoot in full auto without stopping. And I said like, oh well, what the fuck then? Let's buy this MG42. Now, I already told you some videos. The MG42 have problem. It's because of the battery burnout, this magazine, the engine stopped working, sucks. I bought a new magazine. I got the rifle. I took this MG so someone can fix it. I already fixed the problem. Works just fine. And yeah, all my guns work just fine. I don't need to buy a new one or actually I don't need to buy one. All I need to do is get it fixed and then I'll be back. And I can get replacement of magazine or whatever and I can still make it work and I can still play on airsoft games in airsoft battles. Now that we are at the end of the video, I'm gonna choose the gun I'm gonna be shooting because the MG42. I like the MG42. I would like to do the ending part of this video shooting the MG42, but again, the MG42 it takes like 2,000 BBs in this magazine, and not only that, I have to put like 4 batteries, so I'm not gonna do that. So the MG42 will stay here. I'm not gonna put a big gun and shoot. So the weapon of my choice is gonna be simple. It's very simple. I'm gonna choose the option mine. I'm not gonna use the corner AK because it's a spring load weapon. The magazine is underneath there. You guys can see it. I'm not gonna be click clank, and the water filter here, I'm not gonna use it because it's a gas pistol, and I'm not gonna be wasting gas. So I only have 2 weapons of my choice, and the weapon that I like more is the STG and the MP40. But I'm not the only gun I'm gonna be shooting at the end of the video is the MP40 because now I'll tell you guys why I choose the MP40. Because it has because I don't need to reload. It's very simple. You put 50 BBs on, and then you shoot the baby outside. That's all. And the STG, I will use the STG, but I have to take this ping out. I have to reload the magazine, then load it up so I can shoot, and then I could probably change to same full auto, the same on the MP. But anyway, the weapon of my choice is the MP40. So let's go to night shooting. We're gonna shoot at nighttime because it's dark. So it sucks being in a dark area. Well, I already talked about the World War II guns and all the arrows. So let's go to the shooting part. Dark night. Oh wow, it's fucking dark. I don't know if I can. Oh hell yeah, I can turn the flashlight off and on. Anyway, the weapon of choice, I said it before, the MP40. We're gonna be shooting this outside. Let's see what's going on here. Wish I can shoot there, but it's kind of dark. Anyway, we're gonna be shooting. I don't know where I'm gonna be shooting this. This is gonna be some accurate shit, so it's kind of dark. Very dark, very dark, very dark, dark time. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is simple. I'm gonna put my camera in that same area I did before, and I'm gonna be shooting in the dark zone because I have no one to hold this. So I don't know. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see. I'm gonna turn the flashlight on because this is gonna be crazy. All right, nighttime. Got everything on. Everything's on. Let's go. All the ammo's out, let's go to the final part. Alright, we're here. We're back in the balcony. We shot the MP40 again. This is the weapon of choice. We shot in nighttime. Never done video shooting in nighttime. I always do my shooting in daylight, but never done one in nighttime. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. It was great. It was awesome. At least I did something. I wish I can do a video. I'm gonna do a video of me shooting those 5 guns: the Walter P30A, the Mauser Carnet AK, the MG42, the STG44, and the MP40. Cause apparently I only did one. I'm not gonna do a full accurate video. So don't worry. This Sunday that I'm off, I'm gonna do another video, and it's gonna be about my airsoft guns. But this time I'm gonna be shooting the 5 guns. I'm gonna do like another versus era. But anyway, this time it's gonna be me shooting the 5 German guns from World War II. And we're gonna have the MP40, we're gonna have the STG44, we're gonna have the Mauser Carnet AK, the Walter P30A, and the MG42. We're gonna have all those 5 guns outside, and we're gonna be I'm gonna be shooting them. And yeah, there's gonna be it's gonna be fun. The thing is, I don't want to I don't want to waste a lot of BBs because I know the fact I'm gonna need them for battle. I've been buying a lot of BBs, and BBs are very expensive on e-bike. There's a place in Aguada that you can probably buy in the armory. In Aguada, there's BB there. I don't think they don't have anymore, but the best choice I can buy them is on e-bike. But again, they can get a little bit expensive, and I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. But anyway, I can't waste a lot of BBs because you do realize as soldiers you need ammunition and ammo for if you want to survive the war. But yeah, Anyway, guys, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn notification for more video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about what I was talking about in the table. I know the fact that you guys saw the all those fire guns, but remember, guys, on Sunday, I'm gonna be shooting those fire guns, and I'm gonna be wearing my German Wehrmacht helmet and the other helmet, the German Wehrmacht and half weapon SS. And yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I always see you guys in the next one. And also, guys, let me know for Outlet Trial. I'm still trying to do that shit. I'm gonna try to play that game for you guys. And that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Always see you guys in the next video, and let's go to more than 110 subscribers. Let's go out to 120 subscribers. That's all for now. Bye bye, guys.